Hi everyone. So my heart is hurting. I am hurting. I'm having a very hard time and I wanted to share. So in a nutshell, my mama Bhasin, as some of you will know her from Instagram stories in particular, is really unwell, and she has been unwell for many, many years. She has a few really serious autoimmune diseases, like a few, not one, a few, but in particular, she has Alzheimer's. And over the last several months of COVID, it has been progressing and it has been gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching, devastating because of the COVID dynamics and how difficult it is with physical distancing and still wanting to engage in high quality elder care and then be there for my mama. And I'm having a really hard time. And I'm sharing this because I'm sharing this for a few reasons. I'm sharing this because I'm deeply committed to being as authentic as possible across social media. I'm committed to it on a personal note. You know, I've written a book about it, blah, blah, blah. But you know, we often hear about how people who post all the time online, they only usually post the good stuff and they don't post the hard stuff. And I do my best to post how difficult my life can be in moments like during COVID, racial injustice and more. This is a piece I haven't talked a lot about in the past because of I wanted to keep it personal for my family and all of that. But we're in a place now where it just literally is impacting everything that I do. And I'm having a hard time posting just about racial injustice or my workouts or my food, that this is gripping my life in such a way that I actually don't even feel like sharing anything really online. And so if you're wondering why is she not posting as much on stories, for example, in particular, or I'm not responding back to comments as much, I'm just taking a minute to journey and explore and just to be with my family and just to gather my thoughts. And it's really hard, it's just a really hard time. And then secondly, I'm sharing this because I feel like, especially in the context of all the inclusion and empowerment work I'm doing, that in this COVID moment, we're talking a lot about diminished mental health in the context of social isolation. And in this moment with COVID, there's a lot of conversation about childcare and how hard it is for parents, moms in particular. But one of the areas I feel, and both of those discussions, by the way, are really important, and I'm glad we're having those discussions, and we should continue to. As a social justice warrior, absolutely we must. I also, though, wanted to throw in there that I feel like one of the areas that we are not talking about as much is elder care, and especially for those of us who have parents or elders or family members who are unwell and need care during this time, but also for those of us who come from cultures where elder care, the level of responsibility is more heightened than perhaps in other cultures, like Indian culture, Punjabi culture in particular. And I feel like elder care is just important anyhow, let alone when you have a parent who is really, really unwell. And I'm having a really hard time with it. I'm planning on joining a support group for people whose parents or elders or loved ones are experiencing Alzheimer's, in hopes that that will help. And I'm doing a bunch of other things. I'm on it. But I just feel like we should talk more about this. And I'm wondering, are you having similar experiences? What are your experiences? I feel like I know I need this. I suspect others do as well, creating a community where we can talk more and more about how taking care of our unwell beloveds is hard anyways, let alone in this really difficult COVID moment that presents all kinds of nuances and challenges. And so this is my message for this week. I am going to continue to talk about it when I feel the courage and the strength to do so. And along the way, I would love to hear from you. And especially if you have gone through this already or are going through this and you have words of encouragement, I would love to hear from you. And then the final thing that I would request is if you could please keep my mama in your prayers and send a lot of positive energy our way. Thank you. for watching and supporting me as always.